Started the U.S. Class Nationals, and this is
Alex Denisenko from Lyons, Illinois.
Alex, what gave you the idea to start the Class Nationals?
The passion that stock and super stock racers have for our sport. Needed a place where we could all come and run together without being relegated to the back of the bus, so to speak, that we are always run as a filler or run when there's time in between the professional categories TV deal. We needed something where we could be focused on, the fans can focus on us. And I said, someone's got to do it. Enough people have talked about it. I said, I'm not the guy, but I'm going to try. And about 9 months later and 367 cars, here we are.
You have packed this place. I don't think Byron's ever been this packed before.
I don't either, except for maybe the first bracket nationals, but I don't think there's been any ever in the history of class racing, a stock, super stock only event that has seen as many cars as we have this weekend here at Byron, Bill.
How's it been going? Tell us.
Incredible. The cooperation from the racers, our staff, to quote Winston Churchill, never have so many owed so much to so few at this event. Nitro Joe Jackson, Ed O'Reilly, Larry Rowald, his son, my son Tony, Mark Talent, Jack Richards from NHRA, Terry Bell from IHRA, Don Newman from IHRA, Bill Rudd Floyd from NHRA that came in, Michael Beard from IHRA, all stepped in to help us on their own time. The volunteers, again, Ed O'Reilly, who's lived in the tower, Leo Tyler helping the announcing, Brian Olson doing the announcing. Just, I can't even thank, but what a shoestring staff. We pulled off what the sanctioning bodies really can't do as efficiently with 3 times the people. I park cars here, which I have a new respect for everybody. NHRA and IHRA has to park cars because I personally parked over 200 rigs, and I had no idea how difficult it was. So my hat's off to any of those people that ever do that in any kind of event. But what we have done will go down in history, and everybody viewing this tape, please appreciate this tape for what it is. The first ever inaugural U.S. Class Nationals, the first dedicated stock, super stock event, made history on network TV. This tape is something you're going to hand down to your children and their children.
Thanks, Alex. You've summed it up. Well, out at the Class Nationals, it brings out the best. Standing next to me is a gal by the name of
Melissa Butler.
Melissa Butler, class winner.
Yes, GTF Automatic and Superstock.
All right, and also top 32 qualifier.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to qualify number 8.
So far, how do you like the event?
I like how all the stockers and super stockers have came out to show off that they really want this race, and hopefully we're going to do a lot more of them.
Okay, well, we're going to wish you luck in the first round.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
be one of the best matchups that you're going to see. You have two very good qualifiers.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet, sitting next to me, Nitro Joe Jackson. And Nitro Joe is the race director out here at the U.S. Class Nationals. And I'd like to, first of all, say, Joe, nice seeing you out here.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. It's hard to believe how many cars showed up for this big race here. Independent race like that, you had 321 cars, 187 stockers, and 103 super stockers. What can you say?
All right, I'm taking a little break here. I'll tell you, that final in the stock 32, that was just unbelievable what happened out there. I don't really know what happened. Tell us what happened out there.
Okay, first of all, in stock eliminator quick 32, it's run out the back door. There's no breakout. We're running just like comp eliminator. When both men staged up, Mr. Terrence was leaking a little transmission fluid on the ground. I couldn't get up there quick enough to shut him off. Well, when the tree come down, on Mr. Holmes' side of the tree, it only came to the second yellow and the whole computer malfunctioned. Well, basically, we were going to have a rerun the way it looked, but I figured Mr. Terrence should have been shut off because of the oil leak. Plus, I had reports that Mr. Holmes went through first down to finish line. I took everything into account, and I awarded the win to Mr. Holmes based on all the information I gathered, plus what I'd seen, and that's the way it was.
I guess that was kind of a hard decision to make.
Yeah, you know, I felt bad for both drivers. I went back and talked to both drivers about it. They both agreed on my calling on it. And basically what was nice about it, both men split the money, so it was, you know, they were happy, so I was happy.
Yeah, they both come out winners. All right, Joe, thanks very much. You've brought us up to date on that quick 32 final.
Amen. You know the Holy Ghost met me there. God came tumbling down. The reason I know you saved my soul, the bottom of your foot, soul, you saved my soul. It wasn't that's not what he said, but that's what we're gonna do. And save myself. I dug down. You take the shovel.
All right, we've got a minute or two here before the final eliminations get started here at the U.S. Class Nationals. Standing next to me, the official starter of the U.S. Class Nationals, Bill Floyd. Bill, nice seeing you out here.
It's great to be here. I really enjoy this race. This is something to see.
All right, today's the final day. What could we look forward to?
I think there's going to be some fast ETs early. Of course, the heat's going to depend on a lot. They might slow down a little bit, but I think you're going to see some of the best action you've ever seen in sportsman racing.
You guys really moved them through yesterday.
Yes, we did. We was kind of on a push on a curfew they have here, and everything came to a head and worked real good. Everybody worked good together, and I think it'll be the same way today. You have both sanctioning bodies here that's help each other work together as a unit, and it's really been a good show.
All right, we'll look for you on the starting line there.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, we're going to take a moment with one of the announcers from the inaugural U.S. Class Nationals race here. Leo, nice seeing you out here.
Thanks, Bill. It's a pleasure to be here at such a prestigious event. It's really given the sportsman racer, a real venue, and we were glad to see the turnout of cars. It was just fantastic as we're watching all those class runoffs.
You worked your butt off yesterday.
Yeah, but it was fun. You know, you got a situation where we have two sanctioning bodies here coming together. I mean, it's almost like a big summit meeting. You know, we got people from all over the country, from the West Coast to the East Coast and from the South to the North. And when you put those kind of people together, and you know how sportsman racers are anyway, it's like a big family. And we have had two family reunions in 2 days, so I don't expect anything different for today.
We got like a big Woodstock out here.
It would be Woodstock if we were all a little bit younger, I would guess. But, that was the thing out of the 60s. And actually, for most of us, muscle car era was in the 60s. And I think that, led right into stock and super stock racing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We're only going to take about 30 seconds here with Al. Al just had to change a transmission, and he's got to get it out and warm it up and get it topped off with transmission fluid. Al, how do you like the race out here?
Great. This is what we need. More of them.
more of them.
You've been out there a long time, and I'm not saying you're that old, but I know you've been a racer just like me all the way back from 1960s.
Yeah. Well, you started a little before. I started in '62, so I was 30 years old when I started. Now I'm 69 and I'm still here. So does that tell you something?
All right, Al, I'm going to let you get going. I know you want to make sure that the trans is operating correctly. Thanks for spending a moment.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, one of the things we're trying to do out here at the U.S. Class Nationals race is match the name with the face. You've heard the name, you've seen the name in print, you haven't seen the face, and this is?
Dale Refke.
Dale, I know you. You've got the Superstock.1.com board. Tell us a moment how it got started and bring us up to date where we're at on it.
Well, originally I got started going to several websites and trying to post about stock limit racing. And when I posted at some of these sites, they all kind of thought, well, we don't care a whole lot about stock, super stocks. And I thought, well, I found my own place to do it. So that's initially how it got started. I started the board. I emailed like 10 friends of mine. I knew their email address, and then kind of the word got out after that. And so at this point, it got bigger really than I thought. So down the road, we're going to make improvements to make it a more secure place, to keep a more legitimate post and make it a real serious place for stock and super stock racers to talk about their sport and how to improve it and make it better and get ideas and input from other racers.
Okay. I read on the board there were some decals that were going to be out here at the race, Superstock.1.com decals. Are they available?
Yes, they will be available over at the tent by Alex and Anatoly Denisenko over there.
And we could also order them through the mail?
You can order them through the mail, and I'll send them to you. It's no problem at all. Just get them on your car, and let's show the sanctioning bodies that we have a place in racing also.
Let's all stick together.
You bet. You got that right. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thanks, Dale. 2001, we've got a new heavy hitter out there. This is
Bill Kissinger.
Bill, congratulations on the Route 66 runner-up. I hated to see you and Oldsmobile lose the race by breakout. My son Daryl did the same thing with our 442 at St. Louis.
Yes, I know. I was the car picked up like 500s the last pass, and I figured the car was going to run pretty consistent because it did all rounds within 100th. And the last pass it picked up like 3,000s on the 60-foot, and when it did, it ran fast on the other end.
Yeah, we picked up 5 at St. Louis. We don't know how it happened, why it happened. I think it's the magic dust they put on the track before the final round.
That's what I agree with you with exactly, because just looking at the track looked different than when normally we run on it. I mean, it was, it just looked like it was perfect, and, the air wasn't any better, It was still the same air because we ran it right before we went up there.
Okay. I've got about another 15 seconds. How do you like to race out here?
Great. It's fantastic. I mean, I tell you what, this is what we need, more sports and racing like this. I mean, it's we go out there and we run our own thing. It's just like, they do with the NHRA with the pros. Well, we got our own pro series right here.
Okay, Bill, thank you.
Okay.
Here's a guy next to me. Actually, I don't know. He was my friend here, but we knocked him out at Cordova, I think, at about the 5th round out there, or 6th round, I forget which one. But it was a good race. And this is
Kyle Riley.
Kyle, on your car here, who's next or what's next? I know what's next. You want to win this event.
Yes, I definitely want to win it, being here at home in front of the home crowd. And it is my home track, so hopefully I can do well.
We're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble, guys. I see you out at 66 a lot.
Yeah, but I've raced here more than 66 this year, so I'm running for points at this track, so I pretty well know this track pretty good.
All right, we'll let you get ready for the race.
Thanks a lot.
All right. All right, we're just moments away from starting Top Stock, and I've been able to get with Mr. Keener here, the Top Stock coordinator. That it was actually his idea to get Top Stock started. So, Mike, let's get updated. How did this all start?
Well, it really did start with Terry Bell and myself and the great people at IHRA who give us a chance to showcase this bracket. You're going to see a conglomeration of cars, both NHRA legal cars and crate motor IHRA cars, all competing and converging at one weight break of 8.60 pounds per cubic inch, and we should see some real close, tight racing.
All right, how fast are these cars going to run out here?
Well, this kind of heat, we're not going to see the great performances we've seen. We'll probably see a lot of, I think 1050s will be real good today. Matt Morgan's car's real fast. He should, you might see a little bit more out of Matt. Maybe some low 40s, high 30s. Paul Mercure, my teammate, is also a dark horse. He could run real fast if we can get a hold of this racetrack.
All right, I haven't seen the ladder. Who's number one qualifier?
Number one is Matt Morgan at 1037.
All right, and the total field out here, how many cars?
We got 21 cars this week.
Big turnout, big turnout.
A lot better. It's coming. It's coming. It's going to happen.
All right, what ladder are we using, the pro ladder?
We're using a pro ladder. And lane choice to the higher qualifier.
Okay, you've brought us up to date. We're going to let you get strapped in, buckle up, and get your helmet on, ready to go.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Once again, time management deficits in the Kentucky Olympic champion. Dodge versus Chevrolet. You know what I think about that? Hoorah! And Newsom, the number 5, qualifying 5 for what is it, 6 pages of ladder. Folks, we need some help today, and I mean that big time. I don't think we got it in at 2 minutes before the hour of 6 last night, and it is going to take an absolute miracle, and primarily that miracle can be had with the...
We've got a minute, maybe 2 at the most. The first round of stock is about to get started. 187 stock eliminator cars for the first round call. There's something like 7 pages on the ladder trying to get these cars all paired up for the first round. So sit back, hang on. It's not going to be long, and we're going to be kicking off first round stock eliminator. All right, guys, check it out. The first time in class racing, stock class racing, 187 cars on the ladder. Page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pages of the stock eliminator ladder for just the first round. right, we just caught up with one of the sponsors of the race, Rock and Roll Engineering, and this is
Bruce Fulper.
Bruce, how do you like the race out here?
Oh, this is the most terrific race I've ever been to for a stock and super stock class eliminations. And when they asked the trivia question, where were the most paired stock eliminator cars done in history? This is going to be the answer.
Byron, Illinois.
The inaugural U.S. Class Nationals.
Thank you.
Wins at 1181, 110 miles an hour after the fouls of 1262. That's going to bring up Franklin Bartolomeo all the way from Lambertville, New Jersey, and Joe Mara, Forest Lake, Minnesota. G-Stock Automatic at 1230 down 1165, getting the ability to chase down the Bartolomeo with an inline 6. The U-Stock Automatic 1515 to 1477. Franklin misses the tree, and Joe Lamaras goes to the next round. Miles an hour. Now we're going up to the next pair. A couple of Chevrolet Camaros. Rob Turkle from Rapid City, Illinois, and Stock GTE, and John Seen from Winnipeg, Manitoba. G Stock Automatic, 1239 to 1155. 85 and a 55, plus 3 going to the left-hand side, and Turkle, he'll get the advantage here. Trying to run it down. And with about 300ths of a second difference over all of their reaction. 1209, 1198, finish line is 1202. This car wins, and the right-hand side, 104 miles an hour to 1214. Have a good. Thank you.
I know it's hard to lose first round, and kind of takes the whole weekend and puts it down, but I think it's been a great weekend.
This is the best thing. This is a grassroots effort towards stock and super stock, and this is something that's going to happen. I don't mind getting put out first round by a good racer. Everything legal. I was a little late on the tree. I was off 3 numbers on my dial. You know, he beat me fair and square. That's what sportsman racing is all about.
All right. We'll catch you at the next one.
All right. Have a good one, man.
Well, we're just over at the scales checking out the policemen over here to make sure things are right on target. 3850 to be Stocker weighs. Minimum weight 3825, so he's okay. Another first round winner. 3,500 approximately, minimum weight 3485, so he's in good shape.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Terry Nagel, by the way, guys.
Yeah, how are you?
Tell us, what do you think of the race?
I think it's a great deal. It's being run very well, and a lot of people here. Good turnout of stockers and super stockers. And it wouldn't hurt if it was a little bit cooler, but at least it's not raining, and I think it was a real good idea, and I'm having a good time.
I know I got to ask, you still in or you out?
I left out and got through the first round.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, thanks a lot.
If you made the race, this is part of the race, the inaugural U.S. Class Nationals T-shirt, and they're for sale out here at the event. I'm sure they're going to be available through the mail, and is that correct?
Yes, it's going to be on the website.
Okay, and how much are they?
$15.
All right, that includes shipping, handling, everything?
I don't know about that.
Well, we could check the website for information.
Yep, everything. All the information will be on the website, on the T-shirts, on the license plates, and the decals.
All right, let's get that information out there as soon as you can, because this is big, and I want to get one before you run out of them.
Yeah, well, they're going quick.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Nice folks we've run into out here at the U.S. Class Nationals. One of the highlights of the U.S. Class Nationals was including some coverage and a little bit of racing from the Midwest Nostalgia Association. And standing next to me is Jim
Wittenberg
and Terry Wittenberg.
Thanks, Terry and Jim. Jim's going to give us a little information on the Midwest Nostalgia Superstock Association. Jim, take it away.
Okay, we've been about 11 years now putting these old nostalgia cars together. We have 59 members, and we race 1960 to 1967 full-size, full-bodied nostalgia superstock cars.
How many cars we got at this event?
We've only got about 22 at this event.
Yeah, but that's a good turnout.
Well, yes, it's not bad, but other people had some other things to do, and you know how that goes. They can't make it.
How fast do these cars go?
They run anywhere from 9:25 to 12 seconds.
All right, you guys run on a handicap basis then?
Yes, sir, we run on indexes.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Check this out, Midwest Nostalgia Superstock Association. 21 cars out here at the event. They're almost ready to take off for first round. We've got just a minute or two to cover them. We're going to show you as many as we can coming out of the staging lanes here. You never quit.
No, there's no time to quit. How you doing?
Pretty good.
That's good. Good to see you.
I know you're getting ready to roll.
Thank you very much.
Standing next to me, Mike Quinn. You've heard the name. Now you're going to see the face. And Mike, tell these folks out there, who are you?
I'm Mike Quinn from Louisville, Kentucky. I own a company called Derby City Covers, and to the winner of Stock Eliminator and Super Stock Eliminator today gets one of our brand new custom fit fender covers called the Classic Coverall.
Hey, that is sharp. That is sharp. I got to look into this. All right, you're in the race or out of the race?
I'm still in. I won first round. I'm tickled to death.
How do you like the event so far?
The event has got all the stock and super stock racers from across the USA here showing solidarity. A big turnout.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
Mr. Young.
How are you?
Come on out here. I know you're out. You're out. I'm sorry to hear about it, but 488.
That's the way these things go. Yes, sir.
Well,
we're having a little bit of a problem here. I've been driving the car different this year. I've been doing what some of the guys in Superstock do. I've been blocking the tree and essentially doing a 5/10 pro start. Got to this race, and because it was so hot and we were changing tires and gear ratios, we went back to our normal stage shallow wall. When we didn't get that qualifying run yesterday morning before class, kind of screwed up our whole game plan. So I had to work her down. I mean, I'm going up and down on the RPM, and I won't even tell you everything, so we don't want to bore the fans at home, but all we care about is we're here. The race is a tremendous success. So happy. 187 cars in stock eliminator. It's never happened in the history of the sport. Somebody was telling me there has been 180 cars entered at the U.S. Nationals, but I stopped them dead and told them that, hey,
they only take 128.
Exactly. So this is the first time in history. What can I say? First time in history, the largest field. Tremendous deal for Alex Denisenko coming up with this. Everybody can hope that this can only increase and get bigger and better. And how could it not? And when the word spreads of this, if there's only one of these next year, rumor has it, of course, there's going to be more than one of these next year. My lips are sealed on that. But I'm sure just this race next year at this facility, there'll probably be a minimum of 100 more cars that are entered this year, which would be a tremendous success.
Mm-hmm. Well, hated to see you go out, but there's next week.
We do have an expression at the Max Wedge Racing Camp here. The rods are still in the block, and there will be another day. But we're just I've met so many nice people from the internet. Just everybody that I've wanted to meet, I've met them. It's hot with the weather, of course, but it's a tremendous weekend for the history of drag racing. It truly is, and that's the most important.
Dave, I don't mean to cut you off. I've got to run.
Listen now, I've got a really nice used car driven by a little old lady.
We've got to run. Cut it off here. We're going. Standing next to me, part 2 of Moneymaker Racing, and he is
Tony Denisenko.
Tony, tell us a little bit about Moneymaker Racing.
Well, basically, you've got me and my dad. We race, we sell some engine parts, and Dad decided to put a program like this together where we brought stock and super stock to one place, and we also brought 2 sanctioning bodies, NHRA and IHRA, together at the same place. That's the first time that's ever been done.
Okay, I know you guys have been working hard. Your dad, I know he's just totally exhausted. From your perspective, what have you been doing?
From Wednesday, when we got here, the absolute first thing was parking. Never in my wildest dreams did I have an idea that parking and talking to people was going to be as crazy as it really is. I mean, you take 187 stockers and 100 super stockers and some spectators and some outlaw cars and stuff like that to bring to one race, and you try parking them, giving everybody 20 feet. It's just about, I'd say, impossible. As you can tell, my voice has gone from this weekend already. It's just absolutely incredible.
Well, you guys have really put the impossible together out here, and I congratulate you.
Oh, thank you, Bill. We appreciate that. Everybody else that's out there that didn't get to make this race because they were broke or whatever the case was, they missed a hell of a program, and we hope if we get to do this again, that not only do we have more people and more racers, maybe some new racers that people have never seen before.
Real time. Hey, my buddy Alex Denisenko. Couldn't have done it without him. As a matter of fact, we were working to do it anyway. We did it. 187 stock eliminator cars, round 1, no hitches. Largest ever. Congratulations. But I wouldn't have missed it. I wouldn't have missed it. Awesome. And now the best promoter of sportsman racing right here, folks.
Big letters on the fender that say hands off aluminum. One of the most original cars out of the calendar.
Along with Eliminator Racing, stock and superstock racers and companies in different rounds. So I can feel what you're talking about what I'll show you there. This is the Wolf Brothers, brand new, mail order parts company, E-Stock Automatic. This is a Y2K plus 1 Pontiac. That's Materials, Ohio. It is the best engineered car. Really well designed. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Just over that,
Okay, guys, 321 entries. Obviously, it's going to be a charity organization will benefit. Hopefully, this will start off a new trend. Yeah, so am I. Yeah, this is great. Okay, let's.
That came from a further distance than Seattle, Washington, thinking of the base of the tower. Dinner is going to be on, your dinner is going to be on Byron Dragway, the Playground of Power, and the award-winning Byron Dragway Diner. So if there's anyone here from, well, not as far as Seattle, you got David coming here. I'm talking about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fred Theobald, all the way from Nova Scotia, and he is our long-distance awardee. Fred, I'm sure this is not the first time you picked up that kind of an award.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Under the bus you go, Leo. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank Alex.
Well, Fred, just in time alone, how long is it here? Is the traffic here to help?
Straight through would be about 40 hours.
About 40 hours, folks. 40 hours from here to Nova Scotia. You see why this man won the long distance award. How about a nice round of applause for a great effort? I can't think of anybody else that has done that better. You did here. In hours of time. Thank you, Fred.
The number one award, MVP. Simple as it is. Nothing more needs to be said.
A guy standing next to me, you've read about him. You've seen his car in the pictures. You've seen the car National Dragster. You haven't seen the face. This is
Jim Shaxter.
Jim, you're a celebrity, I guess. You are the...
Well, I was fortunate enough to win the U.S. Nationals last year, in 2000.
Quite an accomplishment. How do you like the U.S. Class Nationals out here?
You know, I had a feeling that it was going to be the biggest thing ever, and I don't think that I'd be wrong in saying that it is the biggest thing ever. I've never seen this many stockers. I've never seen this many super stockers from Canada, the United States, all over the place. And, I mean, there's not a dud in the bunch. I mean, it's really been just incredible.
I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to put you on the spot. But if you had your choice now, assuming that you won this event, how would you rate it, U.S. Nationals versus U.S. Class Nationals?
Well, Indy is a spectacular, life-changing event. However, to win the U.S. Class Nationals, if I was fortunate, or anyone that's fortunate enough to win this event, it's going to be something that no one will ever forget.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
All right, coming up next, we're going to be looking at some of the Outlaw Super Stock cars. Got a nice bunch out here. Hope you enjoy them. They do some great wheel stands. All in all, they've come out here to help support this race and put out a little show for us. All right, we're back on live with you. We've got
John Canella.
John, how do you like the race out here?
Oh, this is great. GM Products couldn't have done a better job. This is really, really a nice ordeal. Great track, good people, nice race.
How fast your car go here?
It's a little hot today.
Don't lie.
Yeah, it'll run in probably an 850. We were naturally aspirated, no nitros, so it's a little rougher on these hot days, but yeah, you give it your best to try to keep up with the rest of them.
All right, thanks for coming out to the U.S. Class Nationals.
It's great.
Thank you.
Can't wait till next year.
from Wisconsin is going into the final against the plumber, Jerry 7.
NHRA points leader Kevin Helms lost the motor in the B stock class final on Saturday and was unable to compete in Sunday's eliminations. We really don't know how that would have affected top stock and the rest of the program. It's one of those situations out there where I guess we'll just have to sit back and do some bench racing on that one. Stick shift cars were paired off to run together even if they were a single entry. Something a little bit different. Normally out there at the national events you'll see a stick and an automatic runoff. This was kind of unique to see two stick shift cars go down the track at the same time. In class eliminations Saturday afternoon, but was able to repair it and compete in Sunday's eliminations. Kyle's home track is Byron, and after talking with him, he said no way would he miss Sunday's program. Number 7, Kendra Weber from Colorado, just a few miles from the Mile High Nationals, tows 1,000 miles to Byron and wins the Superstock GT M Automatic Class Honors. Number 6, Mark Walton, Superstock E Automatic, makes it to the class final after almost crashing the car on Friday. Too large of a tire rollout caused one of the tires to rub and blow out on Friday afternoon. Mark did come back on Sunday to win the Best Appearing Car Award.
You can expect, and if you know anything.
So he sent me $25 in cash to award to the non-qualified top stock. Even though he never met you, wouldn't know who you are, but he saw you on the street. $25 cash award for the non-qualified top stock for a physical man who worked hard and participated in the goal of promoting. So John just owes a little letter and $25 in cash. It isn't a lot, but remember, this came from a guy that you've never met or heard of, nor has he ever met or heard from you.
That's real nice of him. Thanks, Alex. I'd like to thank Jeff and Jerry Staley at Staley Performance Machine, Cal Method, Jason Line, Charlie Westcott for all their help, and everybody who helped me this weekend. It's been a tremendous day, and I hope everybody's having a great time.
Thank you, Johnny. Thanks for coming.
Number 4. Chris Knutson's hood blows off in the lights at over 120 miles an hour. Chris was unable to come back and compete in the quarterfinals. We were unable to talk with Chris after the run to get the details, but from looking at the video coverage, I would say he had his hands full. Number 3 highlight. Jerry Bennett runs the sponsor of the race for best losing package, Folk Racing. Jerry cuts a 5:05 light, runs 2 over the dial, and is a first round loser, but he does take home a drum of racing fuel. Number 2, Willie DeVore of Rock Island, Illinois, cuts a 7:05 light in round 3 of Superstock, breaks after leaving the line, and runs 20 seconds. The red light in the other lane is all that saved him. Willie's luck stays with him, and he will be coming up in the Superstock final. Our pick, highlight of the event, Doug Jonick, round 4 of Superstock, runs the perfect race. Cuts a 5:00 reaction time and runs dead on his dial-in, 12:41 with a 0 on a 12:41 dial.